smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
We
want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie.
Hey, what's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD Gruss. What's going on? I see you in here early. He says, R.I.P. to the demon. We will talk about it all. We're going to talk about everything. I got the homie Fat J in here with me to discuss last night's WWE Extreme Rules 2021, or should we say WWE main evented a triple threat match. So is it one DQ match, one no DQ match, pay-per-view? I don't know. It was not Extreme Rules. I think a regular episode of Dynamite is more extreme than everything that we saw last night.
Yes.
100%. So I don't know what that was about, but it was what it was. We had some matches. We predicted them. Congratulations to Super High Travis Sly for retaining once again for the second time. As far as retaining his championship. So that's 3 pay-per-views in a row for the big dog, Super High Travis Sly. Congratulations to him. Yeah, man. Last night was a weird night as far as the matches and the results, but we're going to talk about it all, man. We're going to talk about this extended episode of Monday Night Raw blended with some Smackdown. So you want to start from the top, Jay? What the first match? We got a pre-show match that we didn't know we were gonna get. I don't know when they announced this, but it had to be late.
No, it was at so this was during the Liv Morgan versus Carmela was at the pre-show, but then there's a 6-man tag team match that was at the main show. So actually, like the New Day was supposed to be interviewed, but then AJ and Omos were like, screw the New Day, interview us. And then like the New Day came in, and then Kofi was like, you're not even supposed to be in this show, but you also are not supposed to be in the show either. Like neither of you should have been. So, and then suddenly Bobby Lashley just ran in out of nowhere and just beat the living hell out of Big E. So, and then the match got made. It was a good match though.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All the matches were pretty good. Like we go give them all blunt ratings, but there wasn't a shitty match on the card last night. It just wasn't what it was supposed to be as Extreme Rules. It just wasn't. It was a good episode of Monday Night Raw as far as matches. So what will we give? I guess the first match was the 6-man tag. That was we had Lashley.
Liv Morgan versus Carmela was the first match.
Are you sure? Was that the first match?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right, because they got pushed to the pre-show. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the first match, and we predicted that one, but we didn't predict the opening match on the card because we didn't know it was happening. So, Liv Morgan versus Carmela, I thought it was a pretty good match. Like you said, Carmela cut a promo talking about how beautiful she was, and as always, Liv attacked Carmela as she was returning the microphone to the ref or whatever. Liv had the upper hand for most of the match. Carmela then took control. Both pinned each other multiple times, tried to pin each other multiple times, but their opponent kicked out at 2 every time. Carmela was arguing with the ref, of course, for counting too slow. Liv then slammed Carmela into the announcer's desk and hit her with that beautiful finisher for the win. So
fire finisher.
Yeah, she got one of the most fire finishers now out of nowhere. Liv Morgan deserves a push, especially after this match. I feel like she carried Carmela to a decent match, which is crazy to even say. That was a pretty good match. It was entertaining. I like Carmela. I think Carmela's decent. Obviously, former women's champion herself. She's pretty good. But I think Liv Morgan has more to offer inside the ring as far as, moveset and different things like that. And they had a pretty good match. What would you give it as far as a blunt rating?
3 or 3.5? 3.5, I would say.
3.5 is way too high. Not way too high, but it's definitely too high.
Okay, 3.
Yeah, I think
Like
I think 3. I think 3 is.
It was a good start to the kickoff show. So.
It was. It was a good start. I think. All right, let's just go with 3. Let's just be positive and go with 3. Yeah, 3 is cool. What was okay? So let's give this match that we didn't predict a blunt rating. The 6-man tag match. We had Amos teaming up with AJ Styles and teaming up. He's always teaming up with AJ Styles, but they had Bobby Lashley on the squad. which was interesting because didn't almost just beat the shit out of Bobby Lashley a couple weeks ago, and I guess we just forgot about that. Lashley don't want his revenge, but he looks like a monster. But I guess he don't want no smoke with Amos, so it is what it is. But this match was good. Like, you had the whole New Day in there. All three of them reunited. Hopefully, it's a permanent reunited situation because,
Hopefully.
you know, Big E can still be champion, and it'll be good for him to be champion and have a squad to watch his back, obviously, since everybody else is starting to do the same. This match was good. A lot of back and forth. You want to run down what happened?
Yeah, so basically, Woods and AJ kicked things off, and then Big E got in, and then he wanted Bobby Lashley to get in, and then they both had a good back and forth, and then at one point Kofi got the tag, and then AJ was dominating Kofi, and then Woods got the hot tag. AJ managed to tag in Lashley, and Woods was going ham on Lashley. Like, I was like, damn, okay, cool. Then that was pretty good, and then like Woods Woods hit like a floating DDT, like you know how Johnny Gargano hits the spear. So Woods like hit the in that same fashion, but he hit the DDT and then went for the pin, but Lashley kicked out at two, and then from that point on, it was total do Woods because Lashley was had the power slam, and then uh, oh, there was one point where Woods hit like a drop kick from the top rope, and that looked vicious. Like
Yeah, it was a
it
great
was
drop kick.
strong.
I mean, Woods looked great in the match. They all look great in the match. But Woods, I
Everybody.
feel like Woods was going extra hard because he knows he's never going to get the world title. So, like, it's good for him to have moments like this in big matches like this, to where he looks like he could be a U.S. champion or IC champion because
Yes,
they need to give him a singles
100%.
push as well. Not a world title push because I wouldn't
He
believe
needs
it.
to
But
start from the bottom to the top.
U.S. champion or an IC
Yes,
champion. He needs to hold both
I
of those
think
belts at some point. Be king of the
I
ring or
think
something.
I think IC title probably
Perfect. I
I
mean,
can see
either one
him.
of them, U.S. title, either one of them works. Like, either one of them, just give him a mid-card singles title because he's earned it at this point. And his boys got him. He deserves one as well. He put the fucking group together. He's
Yes.
earned WWE so much money by putting the New Day together. WWE should give him whatever the fuck he wants at this point. What else happened during the match? Big E, was dominating. He beat the shit out of Styles and AJ at one point.
Yeah,
Obviously the
and
champ is going to look good during the match.
definitely he and Omos had like a stare off.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I would like to see that match
I
for
would like
sure.
to see it too. Like the giant it's a big guy versus a bigger guy. Like, I want to see it. I still want to see Amos versus Lashley, but they was on the team last
Oh
night. So
yes,
I'm like, what the
I
fuck?
I I, I think it might happen given how the match ended.
Yeah.
So Lashley hit like a flatline and was ready for the spear, but then AJ tagged himself in and was going for the what's it called, phenomenal forearm. But
And fucked it up.
Lashley just tagged him from behind uh, and then like speared AJ accidentally, and then Big E hit the big ending, and that was it. One, two, three, match over.
And he hit the big ending on Lashley. You know what I mean? Because Lashley
Yeah.
had tagged himself in, like you said. So that
Yes.
visual right there is good. But I'm terrified, based on what we got, as
After
far
that.
as promos. Yeah, because Lashley
Yes.
was backstage and Lashley was furious
Oh.
and looking like
Oh.
the black Brock Lesnar. He look scarier than Brock Lesnar. Like, cause he talks. Like, when he talks. He sounds way scarier when he talks than Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar does when he talks. Brock Lesnar almost sounds like a kid, a teenager when he talks half the time. Lashley sounds like a grown ass man that'll beat your
Lashley.
ass. Like, he's
He was looking scary, yeah,
seething.
when he had the title, but then now he was just, as you said, he was just seething, boiling from inside that he lost the title and
Called Big
he
E a
challenged.
chicken shit for winning
Yeah,
the title the way he did. And if he's a
he
real
did,
man,
and
he'll fight him for the title one-on-one tomorrow. Not at the next pay-per-view, but tomorrow. I am terrified because we have this damn Saudi Arabia pay-per-view coming up, and if they do something crazy, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so, and the draft is just so many things that can make this thing turn on its head, and
yeah.
I'm going to be pissed.
I
So
forgot to
pissed.
mention one thing.
What's up?
At the start, at the pre-show, when Lashley attacked Big E,
Mm-hmm.
he
Oh
was wearing
yeah,
the Hurt
yeah.
Business. He was wearing the Hurt Business T-shirt. So maybe the Hurt Business coming back. I don't know, but
I mean,
he
I
might have
think they
just
maybe he was just wearing a t-shirt. They
yeah.
should have never broke up, but who knows? We'll see.
Mhm.
What we give that match? The 3-on-3.
Oh,
Four
see,
blunts. It's a four
yeah,
blunt match. It was a
it's
four
four
blunt
four.
match. It
Yeah,
was a
I
solid
agree.
four blunt match.
Mhm.
I think for the 3v3, and it was unexpected, so that's cool. You know what I mean? Get an unexpected match with a bunch of superstars like that. Big E should be on the card. Obviously, he's the hot. He just won the belt, like he should be on the
Yes,
card. Like, so got to get him on there. Lashley got to get him
and
on there. So it was smart match to throw
and
together at the last minute.
like they built multiple feuds over the end of the match, like Lashley versus AJ, Lashley versus Omos, Big E versus Omos.
There's so much
Like,
stuff there. And the draft's coming up, so we got a lot of things that we could do on
yeah,
Monday Night Raw. A lot of things we
I
need to do. Obviously, the last couple weeks have been pretty good on Monday Night Raw, so hopefully they can keep the ball rolling. Hopefully the draft does
definitely.
something. But next we got I guess it
Oh,
was
the Usos versus
the Usos
the
versus
Street
the Street Profits, but it
Street
was
Profits.
feel like this match could be better.
Hmm.
Like this match could have been better because I've seen the Usos versus the New Day too many times, and
Yes.
they've had like 3 or 4 classic tag team matches. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
this match was good. I like some of the
I
spots
it
were too goofy, but some of them were good. Like the Montez Ford hot tag spot, I thought it was hilarious. But it was almost come on, bro. Like just touch his fucking
yeah.
fingers. Like it was like it almost because it just took it happened. It was too long. Like he did it too many
Yeah,
times. Like
but
I'm reaching.
I felt like it was more one-sided. Like in the pre-show, Ford had like this, like he was like, uh, not as vicious or as angry as
But he
freaking
was hype.
Bobby
He was hype. He
Lashley,
was
but
Montez
he was
Ford
really
hype.
hype, and he was like, he
Yeah,
had that straight face, and he was like, we gonna destroy the tag team titles are ours
made
or
it
something
seem
like
like they
that.
was ready, but you
And
knew
then
it
he
wasn't
came
happening.
with tape all over him. So I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna
Damn.
target the ribs. Like I feel like whenever wrestlers put on the tape, uh, it's just like having the focus. Yeah, you can target my ribs now. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the
Just keep
dumbest
showing
thing.
them.
Like, what does the tape do?
Hmm.
Are you cut? Like if you're not cut, why do you and you wouldn't have tape on a cut? So I never
Yeah,
I get the sports tape. I've worn the sports tape. But in a wrestling match, it's clearly a stupid thing because it's a big ass bullseye. Like it makes no
hmm,
sense for you to wear that in a wrestling match. So I always hated that. It's dumb. It's stupid. Even when Cesaro does
the
it, I don't like it. You know what I mean? When he wears his
the
shoulder tape and all that shit.
yeah. The only time I was actually happy to see someone wear the tape was when Brock Lesnar targeted, I think, Seth Rollins. Like he just
Oh yeah, that
held on to
was
the tape and just
he
spun
drug
him
him
like
around and
360.
shit. Yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was hilarious. So that was the
That
only
was
time I was happy.
hilarious.
Besides that,
But this match was good. Like I said, I think it could have been better. It was fast paced. Dawkins
yeah,
did one of my favorite moves. Obviously, I can't call it a
the
finisher. His setup for
the spinning
the
neck
spinning neck
breaker.
breaker. Yeah, I love that.
Ford was kind of telling it like it was the finishing move for him,
Yeah, he was trying.
but
Yeah, he was. He definitely did. They definitely trying to put that
oh,
move over a little bit as they should
mhm,
because it's a great move. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, everyone hit their finishers. It was a bunch of super kicks. Montez went for a splash at one point. Lots of near falls. But the Usos won with the double splash. Well, it was like one
yeah,
splash and then one like I
on
don't
his
know what it
legs,
is. Yeah, he
on the
like
leg. Yeah,
no, the one whoever landed on the head, just because you can't splash anybody's face, because that would cause serious injury. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, definitely.
so it's like he kind of landed on him, but like, like sat
Right.
over him like a dog or some shit.
Yeah, they
So
didn't they
it's
didn't even
like,
attack his ribs at the end, so that's still the
yeah, yeah.
match.
So it's like the double splash. Like it doesn't really make sense to do a double splash unless it's against a big opponent,
Yeah,
like a
because
really big dude that you need to take out, and it makes
they
a
should ensure
difference.
that they don't attack. Yeah, yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Nah,
But
it's like, because Montez only needs his splash to win. So them needing two dudes to do it kind of makes their shit look weak. And, I mean, compared to Montez splash,
for
everybody's
the
shit
height.
look weak. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it was what it was. Gruss says the Usos is taking a lot from
Interesting.
the Young Bucks lately. Really? What are they taking from the Young Bucks? I would
The
need
Usos splash all
descriptions
the
because
time.
we can't
Yeah,
say the
the
super
splash is
kick because
always.
we know the super kick. The Usos been using that since they had paint on their faces.
Mhm. Everybody uses the super
And
kick.
everybody uses super kick. Dolph Ziggler uses 12 super kicks per match.
Yes.
That's not a thing. That's
Johnny Gargano used the super
the
kick.
splat.
Also,
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels used it.
they not stealing from the Bucks. The Bucks doing shit that the Usos can't even do because they're not allowed to in WWE.
Yes.
Like it's still two completely different types of wrestling,
Mhm.
unfortunately, because the Usos could probably do all that shit that the Bucks do. I'm sure they could.
Yeah.
Of course they could. They just don't want to, or not that they don't
Yeah.
want to. They can't because that's not how WWE style is. It is what it.
Exactly.
AJ Styles. Imagine the shit AJ Styles would be doing in AEW right now. It'd be nuts. He's figuring out how to innovate in WWE, which is difficult. And imagine if he was allowed to do whatever he wanted to in AEW. So it is what it
In
is.
Yeah, I'll say one thing: the Usos are never going to attach thumbtacks to a $6,000 sneakers and then come and kick somebody's face. It'll never
Exactly. That's
happen.
facts. That's facts. Yeah, they definitely not doing nothing like that. But I still thought this match was good. I gave it 3.5 blunts. I think that's a fair
Okay,
score for the
that's
match
fair. That's
because,
fair.
yeah, I think there's a lot of room for improvement. They got enough time. I don't know. It could have did more for me. Maybe a
Yeah,
title change would have made it better. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe a three, I would say. But yeah, if you think the 3.5 is good, good with me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm closer to 3 on that match as well. Like I'm close to a 3. I
Yeah.
really like these teams doing. The wrestling was really good. There was
Montez's
one
selling was
botch.
good.
Montez selling is always good. He's probably the best
Yeah.
seller in WWE now. He's the Shawn Michaels of selling in WWE as of right now. Sometimes he oversells, but so did Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
So it was what it was. So 3.5 is fair. We'll give that match 3.5.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Cool. Three
Okay,
and a half
cool,
is
cool,
fine.
cool. So what match was next?
Next, we had the Lashley promo. We already talked about it, and then it was the Raw Women's Title match. This
I
was
was worried.
interesting.
I was worried about the match, but I will say the wrestling portion was good, which I should
Really
have
good.
expected because these women have feuded before. The matches
Yes.
have been great in the past. They
Hmm.
do the big woman, little woman thing good. It works. These two have chemistry in the ring. I hate the fucking doll. I
Yes.
just hate the doll.
Well,
I'm glad it's
it's
dead. I've
gone.
never been
Yeah, it's
so
gone
happy to
anyway.
see something die in my life. I'm not that type of person, but I was very happy to see the doll die. I was wishing she found a blender and put it in a blender or some matches and just set it on fire. But then it might have came back alive like the Fiend, all crispy and shit. So who
And then they
knows?
start selling that as well on WWE.com, WWE
Yeah,
shop.
exactly. So yeah, go ahead and talk about the match. What happened in the match?
Yeah, so at the start, Charlotte was trying to just catch Alexa, but Alexa was dodging left and right. And then once Charlotte got hold of Alexa, she started to dominate. And then it looked like Charlotte was going to end this early with the natural selection, but that was Alexa countered it, which was a really good
Nice
counter. She
counter too
countered it
to the
like crazy.
DDT. Sweet ass
Yeah,
counter. Yeah.
that was dope. And then like Alexa hit the DDT, but then Charlotte kicked out. Oh no, Charlotte didn't kick out. She put her foot on the rope.
Yeah.
Uh, and then after that, there's a lot of counters in the match.
A lot of
And then the
counters. They wrestled. They wrestled.
yeah, they finally Charlotte countered the Twisted Bliss and hit the natural selection for the win. And then Charlotte was like, "I'm done with Alexa. No time for Lily." And then she destroyed Lily. And Alexa was started to attack Charlotte, and they had a brawl. So obviously this feud is not over. And
Yeah.
then Charlotte like threw Alexa over the announcer's desk, and then she destroyed Lily, and then left. And then
Yeah.
then Alexa came in. She was looking at the doll. She was screaming. The fans were chanting, "Thank you, Lily." That was
That
funny.
pissed me off so bad. I was like, yo, y'all are the problem. I was like, y'all are the problem. Y'all know this is stupid. Why are y'all chanting thank you, Lily? WWE's gonna hear that and think that y'all are being serious when y'all are literally being I hope y'all being sarcastic
Oh
because
yes,
like, come on, man. We need more Lily t-shirts. We need to resurrect Lily immediately. She's hot. Lily's
that's
over.
true.
No, she's
So I
not.
don't
She's
think
not at all. Stop it. Stop chanting stupid shit just to make yourself sound cool, I guess is what you think. It's not funny. It's dumb. Whoever started the chant, fuck you, guy. Yeah, they, the crowd was chanting, thank you, Lily. Like you said, like she, beat the shit out of Alexa after the match, because when she destroyed, Alexa was like drooling at the mouth. She tried to do the black ink out the mouth thing, but it didn't work or some shit.
No,
It looked like she was just drooling.
Had like a capsule in the
Yeah,
the
you can
mouth,
see
like
it.
when she's
Yeah.
screaming. I was like, why is her tongue white?
It's like,
And
bitch,
then
you
I
can
was
see
like,
it. Are you stupid? Why are you opening your mouth? You literally have, it's like somebody just bladed and have the blade in their mouth and opens their mouth and they just got a razor blade on their tongue and shit. Bitch, we can see how you're doing all this. It's terrible. So that kind of just derailed the entire match, because it's, Alexa Bliss, they got to do some spooky, goofy shit, and it just always ruins shit. And you can't tell her that on Twitter, because she'll be like, you can't tell me what to do, and they'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna change the channel when your shit comes on.
The dolls are sold out. You can say whatever you want on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The dolls are sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, if they printed 20 of them and they sold 20, they're sold out. So, I mean, I don't imagine they printed 10,000, they, made 10,000 dolls or anything like that. So, it is what it is.
Like the Fiend belt, they only had like one or two.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody, I don't know nobody that bought that shit. I didn't hear no reporter, nobody buying that dumb shit. $6,000 belt, and then you fire the guy. Like, that's, oh my God. Anyways, what we give this match as far as a blunt rating?
Especially for the ending, three
blunts is fair. The match was good, but then the ending kind of took it down for me, so I got to deduct a half a point just for the ending. So that was that. Then after that, we had the U.S. title match, which probably the best match of the night. Yeah.
Yes.
Match of the night 100%. Last night. This match was crazy.
So good.
All three dudes went in. I think Sheamus probably looked the best out of everybody. Damian Priest looked great too, but Sheamus is having a resurgence. And I don't think people are really realizing what's happening. But I honestly wouldn't be mad if Sheamus was holding one of the big belts in the next 6 to 12 months.
He's always been good.
He's always been one of my favorites in WWE just because he's consistent. Whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, he transitions. He's kind of got like that Stone Cold thing where even when he's a good guy, he's still got that bad. Like you believe Sheamus could beat your ass, you know what I mean, or beat somebody's ass. So it's like, he's always got that, so it works.
The only thing that I want for Sheamus is for him to get his old theme back. Same thing with Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah. Because you saw the difference between Jeff's old theme. He had his shit like blaring last night. That shit is hard. Like, it's definitely his best theme song. I was like, I see why he wanted this shit back so much. But the match was good. Jeff took out Hardy right at the start of the match. Priest had a bunch of heavy kicks to Sheamus.
Wait, you said Jeff took out Hardy? Sheamus
took out Hardy. Jeff is Hardy. Priest with a bunch of strikes to Sheamus. Priest and Sheamus were brawling on the outside at one point. Then Jeff Hardy took out Priest. Sheamus and Jeff Hardy were brawling, and Priest takes out both of them with a top rope suicida, which is pretty cool. Sheamus took out Priest, throwing him face first to the ring post. Then Sheamus, Jeff Hardy have a little back and forth inside the ring. It was. These two were showing their veteran experience. These guys been around for a couple decades. They know what they're doing. Sheamus took out Hardy with the power slam, and then moved over to Priest and started beating the shit out of him. Sheamus was going for his his chest shots, but then Priest countered and gave him his own chest shots. Yeah, I mean, he's like, I can show you what this feels like. Yeah, so it was dope. And then Jeff Hardy hit the double whisper in the wind after that. Everybody popped for that. Then Sheamus hit an Alabama slam on Hardy and locked in the Texas Cloverleaf. And his mask came off at that point. I'm not even sure if his nose is still broken, but I assume it is if he's still wearing a mask. I hope it's not a permanent look thing. Like I'm ugly now. I gotta wear. Don't do that gimmick again. That's why Cody left.
Yeah.
Anyways, Priest broke the submission though. Hardy hit a twist of fate on the Sheamus. Priest locked in the reckoning. No, he tried to hit the reckoning on Hardy at that point. Then Hardy reversed it and hit both, or they both tripped and fell. That was funny. Then Hardy quickly recovered and hit the twisted fate again. Right this time. Then Hardy went for a swanton bomb, but Sheamus pushed Hardy and then mocked Hardy and hit a diving knee on the Priest. That was funny as shit. Sheamus was, like I said, he was the highlight of this match. Priest hit the reckoning on Sheamus, which, obviously reverse neck breaker or whatever, and went for the pin. The pin got broken up by Hardy with a swanton bomb. Sheamus hit the bro kick on Hardy. Priest rolled up Sheamus for the win. And then Priest and Hardy had a good shaking hand moment in the middle of the ring. Jeff Hardy showed him big love. Those guys put Damian Priest over really well in this match. So Jeff Hardy still got something left in the tank. I'd be like, man, I don't really care to see Jeff Hardy. But then he has matches like this, and I'm like, all right, Jeff, okay, all right. Maybe you just need fresh matchups. You know what I mean? Maybe he just needs fresh matchups. Like, and that's all it is, because he clearly has something left in the ring. But I would give this match for sure easy 4 blunts. I'm more so thinking 4.25, but I think a solid 4 is still is the perfect. Yeah, it's good rating for this match.
Speaking of Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy promised that the Willow is returning.
He's been fighting for that as well. So apparently he's getting everything that he asked for. WWE has to at this point, or they're just going to go to AEW and do it for them and make them some money and get them some views. So at this point, WWE can't keep letting go of their big stars. They see the results of it. You know what I mean? Once Bray Wyatt shows up at AEW, which could be any day now, shit is just going to get even worse.
I think it's this Wednesday. I think
so we'll see. We'll be tuned in. But Big E accepted Bobby Lashley's challenge after that. What were you about to say? I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, it's okay. Did you see the one where Matt Hardy teased the fans at the indie wrestling show, mocking that I have my brother here, and then they played Jeff Hardy's music, and then this fellow, what's his name, Isaiah Cassidy came up.
Oh shit! So he's trolling people. That's funny.
It's actually funny.
That is funny. Big E accepted Bobby Lashley's challenge after that. Big E was sounding like a preacher. Say, I'm going to whoop your ass, boy. You go get this ass whooping. I'm terrified because tonight we're getting a championship match. Big E's defending his title against a wildebeest. Like, Bobby Lashley doesn't look like he should ever lose a match against anyone, not even Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry. He looks terrifying. So I'm scared for Big E. I hope that, I'm so scared.
Might be some shenanigans because it's open.
There has to be. And it's open in the show. That's right. 8:00. He gave the time. They try to get the ratings. It's clear that they're desperate for the ratings. It's very, very obvious what they're doing. But it's smart. It's smart business. Like AEW does it every week. They've been doing it. That's why their show is doing well right now. So Gruss, don't say that, man. Big E is not a transitional champion. Do not jinx him like that, bro. Please, for the love of God. Oh my goodness, that is so scary. But it is WWE. Yeah, I could see something like that happening to set up Big E and Lashley's next feuds. I think they're just trying to get people to tune in to Raw, honestly. And that was their way to do it. So, that match gets 4 blunts from the previous match gets 4 blunts from us. The next match was the Smackdown Women's Title match between Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. And like I said, and still, what did you think was gonna happen? I mean, it's Becky Lynch, man. It's Becky fucking Lynch. She's the female Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bianca Belair is amazing. She will be champion again very soon. She might be holding a different belt. But she will be champion again very, very soon, because I could see her going back over to Monday Night Raw and taking the belt over there from Charlotte very easily. So, yeah, I think that's the next move. That's why we have the draft coming up. That's why Charlotte even has the belt still, because whoever they bring over is, she ain't got nobody to fight right now. She's fucking facing Alexa Bliss again. Like, there's nobody on Raw for her to face. So I think Bianca Belair going to Raw is the move.
That's Oscar. Where's Oscar?
Who?
Oscar.
Who?
Asuka Tiger, let's say Asuka.
Is that a wrestler in WWE? I have no fucking idea who that is.
Oh man, don't.
I haven't. I'm just saying. Out of sight, out of mind, bro. Like it's fucked up. But that's how it is right now. Like, they did her dirty. She's just not. It is what it is. I feel bad for her. This match was great. I still don't think it reached its maximum potential. I think a lot of these matches left a lot to be desired. I think it was a little bit, of the air taken out of the room. The fact there was literally no Extreme Rules matches. There was just one triple threat match. And that's always no DQ. So it's like, you didn't do anything. Like, they didn't do anything. So it was just like, the match was what it was. Becky tried to shake Bianca's hand at the start, but, Becky wasn't going for that. Becky went for the manhandle slam off the rip, but Bianca countered and looked to hit the KOD, but that didn't work. Both Bianca and Becky, got their offenses in, but mostly, it was Bianca showing how strong she was during the match, like gorilla pressing Becky and doing strong ass reversals on Becky and different things like that. But Bianca almost got the win with a KOD, but Lynch put her leg on the rope at one point. And then the match started heating up at that point. I thought at one point Bianca might win because she was dominating, as she should. She just spazzed out on Becky. Bianca went for the KOD again, and it looked like that was going to be the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, oh shit, is she really about to hit it again and win? Nope, because out of nowhere, the sexiest wrestler on the planet, Sasha Banks, ran into the ring and broke up the pin. She didn't just attack Bianca. She also attacked Becky. She beat the shit out of both of them. Held up the belt. The match ended in no contest. Sasha Banks is the greatest of all time. I love her so much. She's just fucking. She's like, over Charlotte. Yeah, I think so. Charlotte is still the queen, but I think I prefer Sasha. Sasha just don't get, because they're almost the same thing. Their characters are literally the same. They literally have the same gimmick. I'm flyer than you. I'm better than you. It is what it is. You can't beat me. I'm here because I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's like their gimmicks are the same. I don't know. It's like 1A and 1B, man. It's like they're both fucking great. You know what I mean? Camilla says Sasha's better than Charlotte. Bianca about to win, and better than Becky.
Whoa. Damn. Okay.
I would agree. I would agree with that. She just hasn't that. You know what? You know what proves that to me? The fact that she has all these short ass title reigns, and she's still just as relevant as all of them. She doesn't need the belt. Like, I feel like Charlotte, like Alexa pointed it out, Charlotte needs the belt. Becky, she got the belt 5 seconds after coming back because she kind of needs the belt to, her gimmick needs it because, I'm the man. You know what I mean? And, I think, God damn it, Bayley don't really need the belt, but it definitely helped with her her having it. I think Sasha's the only one that could go without the belt for a couple years and it not hurt her main event status at all. You know what I mean? At all, not even a little bit. Like, she's not even sniffing the mid card, like not even close. So, she's in the fucking Mandalorian. Like, she's, at this point she's gone. So it's, I think that, her out of all the four horsewomen, I pretty much think, I think that she's number one. But that is completely wrong, Gruss. That is absolutely disrespectful to Charlotte. That is 100% incorrect. He said Sasha 1, Bailey 2, Becky 3. That is all out of order. It's Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bailey, or Sasha, Becky, Charlotte,
No, I
and
agree
Bailey.
I agree with Ross except for the last part. I think Charlotte's better than Becky. Becky can cut better promos for sure.
You put Bailey over both of them?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, man, y'all smoking good weed. Y'all smoking good weed.
I don't smoke.
Smoking that good shit. You ate some good edibles, man. What was that? Somebody snuck something in your house. You ain't know it was edible, man. Really, Bailey better than man? Nope, don't believe it. But the match was still a good match. I don't know. Can we give this match? No, we can give the match a blunt rating. I would say the match was probably. I would say the match was a 3. Yeah, I mean,
3.
yeah, 3. The 3 is fair for the match because it was a no DQ and it
I know
could have been
that
longer
is the
even though they
only-
got 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the only thing that upsets me because you have a pay-per-view titled Extreme Rules and you end a match with DQ.
With
Makes
the
no sense.
DQ, that's another good point. Like, could have just made it an Extreme Rules match, and then then they wouldn't have been able to tell the story they're trying to tell. We're bringing Sasha back, but Sasha could have still came in and beat down both of them and affected the out. Like it is, they don't know what they're doing. But on to the main events of what happened.
Wait. So does that mean Sasha is finally vaccinated? Is that why she showed up?
I mean, possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
I would assume. Where were they last night?
Columbus, Ohio.
I'm not too privy on Columbus's rules or the indoor policies in Columbus, but I would assume they're making her a part of a storyline again. So I assume that she's probably gotten vaccinated at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Good for her. Back to work. Whatever. So on to the main event match of the night. I took the last 2. You could take this one. We had the Demon Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns and your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ or Allah or Buddha or whoever it is that you serve. Actually, it's whoever that Roman Reigns serves joined him last night in a match.
Last night in a match.
In a 2-on-1 handicap match. So what happened?
So both Roman and Balor had like a face-to-face at first. They had they took their own sweet time, and then once they started fighting, they just went at it from the get-go. Roman hit a Superman punch early on, went for the pin, Demon kicked out. Roman hit the spear. I thought that was it, match done. They buried the Demon. Demon kicked out, and then Balor finally, after going back and forth, they even went to the crowd and stuff. They were fighting in the crowd.
The match was great. There was they had
Yes.
tables in the crowd. The announcer's table got broken. The one of the other tables in the crowd got broke. It was a lot of shit going. Well, the crowd had to make them bring the tables out.
Yes, they were screaming table. But
We want to take bitch, you gonna give us some Extreme Rules tonight.
They were,
We ain't buy these tickets for nothing.
Yeah, Roman went to take a kendo stick. He took one, and then the Demon took a whole bunch of kendo sticks with all his stickers wrapped around.
That was stupid.
That was dope.
I didn't like it. Nope, that was stupid.
You think that was?
That was dumb. I don't like preset things like that. So is the demon is doing arts and crafts? Just get a fucking lead pipe or something. Why are you doing arts and crafts and tying together kendo sticks with fancy colors to match your gear? That's stupid. I mean, maybe it's magic. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's magic. I don't understand it.
Thank you, Carmela, for reminding us.
Somebody on Twitter said God had enough of this demon shit.
Yeah. But before that, when Roman sent freaking Demon into the crowd, Roman goes to Heyman. Yeah, give me a mask. And then what's his name? Pat McAfee said, look at that. That's the tribal chief. He said, I don't want to breathe the same air as you all, so get me the mask. I don't want to breathe the same air.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
And that was cool. That is actually very good. It's better for Roman's health for him to.
I mean, it's smart. I mean, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going into the crowd to fight. People know his status. He's wearing, as far as his health, him wearing the mask, going around people is just smart. It was a smart way that they did it. Was all good. Cool with that. 100%. Yeah, the kendo stick spot though, stupid. Can't get over it. It was dumb. It reminded me of the Seth Rollins mallet. Like is like some prop that was not needed. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather you just grab a handful of kendo sticks and try to hold them together with your hands while you beat them, and it's more realistic. Like it just is. So like
Funny you bring
whatever.
Seth Rollins up. Did you hear the news where apparently after that Hell in a Cell match with the Fiend, Seth Rollins almost went to strangle Vince McMahon
Oh yeah,
because he was just
yeah.
upset about the no contest.
I watched Broken Skull. Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't happy. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting story. But he didn't. I wish he would have.
And then Balor managed to finally hit the coup de grace, and he went for the pin. I was like, all right, this is it. I'm getting the title. Give it to me. And then the Usos came in. The factor that I totally forgot about. And then they came in, they started hitting him, and then slammed him on a table. Like Roman also got into it. And then somehow the Demon managed to hit all three of them. So I guess all three were down at one point. All four were down at one point. And then suddenly the Demon's heartbeat hit. And then it was like somebody was giving a CPR. But
That shit was kind of cool. That was
cool.
that was the cool kind of magic. Like that was dope.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of made sense because he was falling down, like he was facing down, and so somebody from hell was like giving him CPR or something like that. You know?
Right.
Maybe
He's like
that's what he was going for.
doo
And then
doo
and then
doo
he came up.
Then he rose up like a badass. That shit looked hard because the music hit and it was just like that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
They should have stopped the music though. They should have stopped the music.
Yeah, true.
They let the music go on for like the rest of the match.
And then he drop kicked Roman, and Roman went flying onto the table. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
this is cool. All right,
Yeah.
let's go, get the win. And then he goes for the coup de
I
grace.
thought he was about
and-
to win. Oh my god. I thought he was about to win right there, bro. My heart was like, is Finn about to? I ain't even pick him, but I wanted him to win. I was like, is Finn about to win this title? Are they about to do it? Was physics right? I would have been happy. Like I would have been happy to be wrong about that match, but yeah, it was not the case.
Yeah. I picked him. I picked Balor too. I wanted him to win.
Yeah, but
And then,
that wasn't to be the
boom.
case. Roman got back in and speared the shit out of him because you want to tell
The
people
rope.
what happened?
Yeah, the ring post just shattered. Suddenly, all of a sudden, it was like, the Big Show
Exploded?
standing on top?
It
What
imploded?
happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something happened. Something happened.
I have no clue
And
what
then-
happened. The ring crew sucks. Fire everybody. There should be a whole nother mass firing at WWE, and we should hear about the reports from Meltzer any minute now about a whole ring crew getting fired. Like that's the only thing that makes sense. Or God.
God. Yeah, God.
So
Then
one
Roman
way or
spear.
there's only two ways they can go with this. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what they do. Yeah, but he got up there to do the coup de grace. We thought it was about to be the final finish of the match, the grand finale. Dark music playing for the the Demon, and then the turnbuckle exploded. He fell, tweaked his knee, and then Roman speared him for the 1, 2, 3, and the Demon took his first loss in WWE. That rhymed. Didn't mean it to. But
technically second, but first one. Because Samoa Joe was the first one to defeat him. With
Oh
NXT.
well, yeah, in NXT, yeah, but first one on the main roster. So,
But you know what this made me feel like?
yeah.
So this was basically like it was a great match, right? So just like the death match between
Great
Kenny and
match.
Moxley, the ending was just ass.
This ending
Finish was
wasn't
just
that
like-
bad. This end wasn't as bad as the sparkles
the-
and shit.
okay,
Like it was
okay.
that shit was on the level of Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and
Yeah.
shit back in the day in WCW. This was like it was cheesy, but it was an acceptable escape out of this match because obviously Finn Balor's gonna lose. You have to give some excuse to why he lost, why the Demon lost. It can't just be a clean win for Roman Reigns. There has to be some kind of interference. Something has to happen. Something. So they went with the act of God. That's the only thing that could beat the Demon. That's that's probably the story they're gonna tell. I would assume.
Yeah, or maybe like Paul Heyman had something to do with the ring post when like.
Nah, I like the act of God thing better.
Yeah.
Just bring God back, for his
yeah.
second match in WWE. Let's just do it.
Roman
You know what I
Reigns
mean?
can just go like,
Yeah, Finn Balor could go get, AJ Styles, and it could be AJ Styles and Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns and God, and we could just do that. Main event at WrestleMania makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Just I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, WWE been losing a lot of people. They got to re-sign some people. I figure they bring back somebody that Vince McMahon had a good feud with. You know what I mean? Made him a lot of money back in the day. God's always available. You know what I mean? As far as I know. Yeah, I mean, he's always available for me to speak to him. So I'm sure Vince could just get him on the line at any time. You know what I mean? Just be like, yo, Lord and Savior. You know what I mean? Can you get your pops on the line and tell him that I would like, another match. This time not going to be against, me. I got this guy, Finn Balor, and he calls himself the Demon. And, God will probably be like, I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm there. And then, boom, we got the match made. It's easy.
Roman can just go, even the God acknowledges me. That's it. Even God acknowledges me. So you are better.
Oh, man. If you put Roman with God, that makes him an instant babyface, though. I mean, you would think, right? You would think. But we live in a climate where they're trying to cancel God all over the world. Because if God doesn't agree with your personal ideologies, then God could get his ass canceled too. Y'all watch Twitter, so don't sit up here and act like they ain't try to cancel the Pope and mad churches because they want to have their religious beliefs. Yeah, I mean, God's probably going to get canceled at some point for what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm sure it's coming. So we should just probably prepare for it. It's all in the plans. It is what it is.
Roman only becomes a babyface if he actually teams with God. He can just say, God, you stay there. Watch me take care of everything. I just want you to be respected.
Right, I want you to be in the crowd. Right. What blunt rating would we give this match?
It's that ending. This 4. I would say 4. It would have been like a 4.5.
It's got it. Solid 4. I think because I still think the triple threat match was a little bit better.
Definitely 100%.
Yeah, I think that match was better as far as the wrestling and everything, especially the finish and all that. But I think all the matches on the card was solid. There wasn't a shit match. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
that I'll agree. Yes, the ending may be debatable.
Yeah,
but
some finishes were a little weird. You know what I mean?
But then again,
some of them had to happen like that. Sasha's back, so I'm not going to be mad about a no contest between those two.
I know Two-Face in that.
Yeah, the Roman's still the champ, so I'm not going to be mad. They had to figure out a way out of that. Like I said, they should have never made the fucking match at the end of the day. But they did, so they got what they got. But that is it. Let me do these numbers real quick. Do this math.
Like, I was predicting, man. I didn't realize Roman Reigns is going to face Drew McIntyre this Friday for the Universal title.
You said what?
Roman Reigns is going to face Drew McIntyre for the Universal title this Friday.
That's not true.
That is what's advertised in Baltimore.
They got to change that.
I totally forgot about that advertisement, and then I went.
They got to change that. Why would? So they just setting Drew up for another loss? I do remember, that needs to happen after the draft, because clearly Drew is probably going to go. Oh, that's the night of the draft. Okay, that makes sense. Then that makes sense. That's not as stupid. That's not, because Drew can then, after he takes his L, he could be like, yeah, I'm here, so I can, at that point, get my revenge. So we got 24 and a half blunts divided by 7 matches. It's an even 3.5, which is exactly accurate for last night's show. It was a 3.5 blunt show overall. Have a point for the finish. The finish wasn't that. I mean, if it wasn't for the finish, it probably would have got, over 4, honestly, because the wrestling, these two killed it in the ring. And even the wrestling outside was all dope. So it probably would have got 4.25 or 4.5 if it wasn't for the ending. So I don't disagree with that, Gruss. But that's it for the show today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw review joint and blunt ratings, followed by another Wild News joint, catching up on all the fallout from the pay-per-view and everything that's been happening over the last few days of pro wrestling. But until then, you guys go roll up, smoke some good weed, or do whatever it is that you do to enjoy your day, people, because that's all it's about. It's enjoying your day. And, Yeah, we'll see you
Say
guys
hi.
tomorrow at 4:20, man. 4:20 every day. That's when we going live. 4:20. 4:20, baby. I was gonna do like 1 o'clock on Monday, but it's just too much to remember, man. Just 4:20. We here at 4:20
Easy.
when we live. It's 4:20. It's gonna be easy. We want the motherfucking smoke. You know what I mean? That's it. So I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Appreciate y'all as always. We are out of here. Peace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.